probably should have done this over a group chat, right? No, awesome. Thanks for coming out. What an awesome night. Remind me, make noise if you've been an essential employee during the pandemic. Where are my essential heroes at? Yeah? How are you essential?
Barista.
Barista? Gotta have coffee, right? There's nowhere to go, but we gotta be caffeinated, please. Who else was essential? No, how are you essential?
I work on a film crew.
Film crew, definitely essential. Gotta have film. Is that Kodak or Nikon? What? Who wasn't essential? Nobody. How were you not essential?
I don't do anything.
Don't do anything. That's the easiest way to be unessential. Don't do shit. Right? You were unessential?
Yeah.
Well, what did you do?
I guess kind of work in marketing, I guess.
Marketing?
Yeah.
The markets were the most essential thing out there. Ralph's or Gelson's. Marketing wasn't essential? It's weird it's weird what stayed open and what didn't, right? The weed stores stayed open the entire pandemic. Like, I remember when I moved to LA, marijuana was, medicinal, right? And then at some point it became recreational. And now it's fucking essential. That's the biggest transformation. Pretty soon it's going to be mandatory. In fact, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think that marijuana can cure COVID because you're just too paranoid to leave the house. I think Mr. Wizard said that. No? Anyone? No? I had to do something essential. I was, look, my day job is radio, which is not essential, all right? It's like, what'd you do during the pandemic? I played the hits. And I'm not even the guy on the radio. I just make sure, I just press play on the music. So that's even less, and that's a lot too. I don't even press play. There's a computer that presses play. I just have to make sure that the computer is on. That's all. So that's the least essential. So I had to do something, because I didn't want to look back after the fact, and it's just like, well, how did you spend your time during the pandemic? Seeking out justice for the husband of Carol Baskins. So I had to do something more essential than that. So I did deliveries, which is, that's like the barely essential, right? It's like it's not healthcare, but let's be honest, how many times did you need a nurse this pandemic? Anybody? No? How many times did you need Postmates? Okay, thank you, yes. Oh, yes. We love brands here, yes. Right, there's people in this city with conditions like asthma, diabetes, even HIV, and every day it's my job to make sure they get their Marlboro Lights. Essential delivery, right? Yes, a nurse can save your life, but is life worth living if dinner didn't come with enough ranch? Right? Essential delivery. Screw healthcare. Well, our real heroes are delivery. Look back in history. Think of the Revolutionary War. Who's your favorite nurse from the Revolutionary War? Now, who's your favorite delivery person? I can name two. Paul Revere, right? He delivered the warning, right? The British are coming over. Hide the drugs. Hero, right? And then there's Molly Pitchers. She brought first aid to the Revolutionary War battlefields. It's like guaranteed no tip whatsoever. Delivery heroes. Moses, a delivery hero, right? We know his story, although it did take him 40 years to make one drop. Believe me, if the chosen people were in my Toyota Matrix, we'd have made it to the promised land in 30 minutes or less. unless it was out in Ventura, then 60 minutes. But I deliver to Ventura. I'll go from Ventura all the way to Pasadena. I got more territory out there than Omar. Rest in peace, right? Yeah. Delivery hero, right? But they wouldn't give me the vaccine at first. You're not essential enough. Drive safe, delivery guy. Drive safe. That's like the drive safe is what they always say. It's like, I'm a professional. I drive safe enough. All right. Do you want your food delivered safe, or do you want your food delivered fast? My hands aren't always on 10 and 2, no, but my knee is always at 8. So I delivered to, well, I don't know, I'm not a flawless, I'm not a perfect delivery hero. Like, I got an order for raspberry vape, which I should have known right there. Raspberry vape, this is probably a 12-year-old or like a K-pop fan. Or something, you know. And it's my job to check the IDs. I gotta check the ID if it's tobacco or alcohol or guns. And so I got the raspberry vape, and I'm going to make the delivery, and I get a text, and the customer's like, "Oh, I've got COVID symptoms. Just drop the vape off at the door." And I'm like, "Shoot, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to scan the ID. You know what? I'll scan my ID, and I'll just leave the vape because I'm a delivery hero out here." So I leave the vape, and as I'm driving away, I turn around and I don't know how we got to be 21 now. Who can tell what 21 looks like? Not 42. I'll tell you that. So I don't know. I may have served a minor, but it's like I should have known better. Why was that dude ordering raspberry vape with COVID symptoms, right? If you got COVID, you want the orange vape, vitamin C. That's for the vape crowd. You got to vape to get that. You want some celebrity? You want me to spill the celebrity tea? I delivered to all kinds of. It took me. I've been out here 10 years trying to wine and dine with celebs. Turns out you just got to get a delivery job. I delivered to Joe Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. Yeah, the singer. Oh, you've heard of them. Okay, all right. So Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, they live in this $13 million mansion in Encino, which has got to be like all of Encino, right? 13 million in Encino? And I pull up there, and there's a security guard in Encino. Come on, like the only place in Encino that needs security is the Chick-fil-A. So when I pull up, the order comes up Joseph Jonas, and the security guy wants me to leave it with him, but I want to meet Joe. So I big timed him. I was like, "I'm sorry, I need to see the customer's ID, please," which is total bullshit, right? How many? They'll just throw the Postmates in your yard, and they'll be like, "Oh, successful delivery," right? So I kind of big timed him. I don't know. It's not necessarily a Karen move, but it might be a Kyle move. Right? So they call up, and they're like, "Well, we need the ID." I was like, got him, right? And the gate opens up, and out comes some dude named Ian. They sent out someone's assistant. There's no Ian Jonas. Right? What is it? There's Joe Jonas, there's Kevin, there's Bashful, Donnie, there's the Donnie, right? There's always a Donnie. But there's no Ian. Come on, that's Ian. They give him a nickname or something. It'd be like, like Krusty. I don't know. It wouldn't be Ian. So I didn't get to meet Joe Jonas. but I met Joe's ID. Still bangable. That was very... I delivered to Christina Ricci. She lives in the Valley too. And you see that, obviously there's only one Christina Ricci. You see that name come up and you start rehearsing, like, what are you gonna, wow, what am I gonna say? Like, oh, I'm such a big fan, and then it's like, shoot, what if I have to back that up? I saw the Addams Family, I don't know. But that was like 30 years ago, right? I had to have seen something else. Well, I liked Black Snake Moan with Samuel L. Jackson, but you don't want to be like, oh, I loved you in that movie where I could see your boobies. So, I loved her in Dawson's Creek, but that was Katie Holmes, right? That's not even, that wasn't even her. So I don't know. I guess I'm not a Christina Ricci. It didn't even matter. You rehearse all this stuff, and then she just opened the door. She was on her phone. She just took it, and she was like, "Text me your Venmo for the tip." And that was a year ago. So I'm definitely not a Christina Ricci fan. But I know where she lives. Let's go after the show. We gonna get that tip? Oh, thank you. Yes. Applause for violence. Yeah, all right. I delivered to Bobby Moynihan from SNL, right? Not the same as a Joe or a Christina, but it's still cool. That was dope. He's in the Valley. He opened the door, and another name, I had no idea, Robert Moynihan. That sounds like someone's lawyer, right? So he opens the door, and it was like, oh, hey! And he looks at me, and he's like, nice shirt. I was wearing this He-Man shirt because I'm like a 10-year-old. I don't know. And I look, and he was wearing a He-Man shirt. And I was like, hey, nice shirt. Flawless delivery. That's how you do it, And started at the beginning of the pandemic, like delivery, we were getting mad respect out there. The tips were high. People were like, thank you for your, service. I don't know if they said that, but. Like recently, though, it's like things are back to normal. It's like you get a text, it's just like, where the hell's my fries? Oh. How quickly things change, right? Because I don't know, I guess we're back to normal now. Well, I mean, we're still doing the masks, right? Everyone's masked up here, it's dope. Thank God we're still doing masks. I bought like 15 of these things, I haven't spent this much on accessories since slap bracelets. Thank God, yeah, I invested in masks, I think. Some people were doing crypto, I was doing 2-ply cloth, I don't know. And I never looked better. I hope masks stick around for a while. I need bigger masks. Do they make a mask that covers your gut yet? That's what a burqa. I'm gonna start wearing burqas. And so I'm so into comic books too. You think I would have been wearing masks a lot earlier than 40, But here, here it is. In fact, I think we need fewer mandates on masks and more mandates on capes. Can we go full on? Right? No one says, "Oh, Batman, you're a cuck." No one says that, right? Now we're back to normal. Things are back to normal, It's like the movies came back. We wanted like a year without movies, The pinnacle of American art. A year or more without movies. And then they came back, and I was first one there. What are we going to see? Movies are back. What are we going to see? Fast and Furious 9. Shit, movies are back to normal, right? That didn't take long at all. Fast 9. Although I shouldn't hate, because there's a scene where John Cena takes a car off a cliff and a jet plane comes and scoops it up. And it's totally realistic too. You don't even realize that you just spent $15 for popcorn in Sierra Mist. Sierra Mist! Wait, like where's the Sprite? We can't even get Sprite? How are we back to normal if I can't get the real taste of Lyman? Movies are back. I went to see Black Widow. Instantly regretted that. Right? Some dude rolls in with a baby. He brought an infant to Black Widow. I know, brought a baby to Black Widow. Guaranteed that kid has not seen any of the other Marvel movies yet. Has no idea what's going on. Oh, what a shitty dad. And of course the kid is crying. The kid must have cried like 3 times throughout the movie, which I can't complain because I cried twice. So, they kind of hit like that. Black Widow, it was different. But movies are back. Oh, you know. And shopping's back. We can shop. Let's go to the mall. Shopping's back. Oh, the mall's open? Okay, great. Let me just grab a mask and a Kevlar vest. I'm ready to go to the mall. Weren't malls shitty before the pandemic? What? I think the best thing about this mall is the Sbarro. It's just like the worst pizza is your best restaurant? All right, sign me up. I'm there. I only go to the mall when I need to get a band t-shirt that I never listened to in the first place. Right? Let me get a Nirvana and a Misfits and a My Chemical Romance. All right. But malls are back. Restaurants are back. We can go back to restaurant. What's your favorite restaurant? I don't know. I don't really think I eat at restaurants. I kind of eat at corporations, right? I don't want to know what the specials are. I want to know what the jingle is. My local restaurant is a Subway, so I don't know. Restaurants are back. All right. Let's go to Cheesecake Factory. Well, it's going to take a little bit longer to get a table. You know, there's a worker shortage right now. You can understand. Yeah, I get it. Why would I want to eat somewhere if no one wants to cook there? Plus, we've been in quarantine for 1.5 years. I know how to make this stuff anyway. Just let me go back into the kitchen. I'll make it myself, right? I know all the ingredients, right? Beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, so spicy. I got it. Put me back in the kitchen. Let's go to IHOP. I'll make egg. How do you like your eggs? Over medium? You'll love scrambled. Here you go. I got it. Restaurants are back. Great. Well, you know, but hey, at least we can see our friends again, and you know, at least that's back to normal, right? We can see our friends. That's important. I don't know. If you take a look at my Facebook timeline, my friends are narcissistic as fuck. You know? I need a quarantine from my friends' social media. That's. But we're back to normal. I don't know. I'm just not excited for normal. Normal was kind of mediocre to begin with, you know? I was hoping we would come back a little better than normal. You know, normal was the reason why you can't drink the water out of the tap. That's normal. Normal is the reason why we'll walk by a crazy person and just ignore them because we're too busy typing, "Free Britney!" Like, that's normal, right? Like, normal is the reason we're on season 30 of The Bachelorette. And season 20 of The Voice. Can anyone name one voice in 20 seasons? I only know someone wins The Voice when they lose Dancing with the Stars. Just not ready to get back to normal because I don't know, we just got through and we're not through it yet. We're going through the biggest tragedy of our lives. I don't know, at least since voters snubbed Adam Lambert. All right, that was just to root out the Chris Allen fans. I see you. I don't know, I'm just not ready to get back to normal, right? Because after 9/11, the mantra was never forget. But it's COVID is 233 9/11s. And we're COVID, how fucking soon can we forget? COVID-19, forget about it. And I know, dude, we don't want to hear people talking about anyone dying from COVID, right? We want to get back to normal. I get it. We want to talk about people dying of opioids. All right. It's I don't know. We had one 9/11, and after we had that after 9/11, we all wore those little flag pins, right? Everyone had. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, other than hey, I didn't do it. We all wore a flag pin after one 9/11, But now we've had 200 9/11 and we're still fighting about wearing masks. It's ridiculous, Oh, well, Kyle, we don't even know if the masks prevent COVID. Okay, I'll give you that, but we know that masks have cured halitosis. I think that, right? It's you had to go to space to get Tang. That's not a direct correlation. Right after one 9/11, we all had to take our shoes off at the airport, and I didn't hear anyone complain about that. Where were all those, freedom fighters when I was stinking up LAX? That was bioterrorism, but I don't know. I got something wrong with my feet. I don't know. And people were oh, you can't really compare tragedies. You can't compare, COVID to 9. I guess so, right? Because, otherwise there'd be some old Jewish grandma being COVID, it's only 1/10 of a Holocaust. Yeah, I know, that wasn't that funny. But I just don't think we really have taken it seriously, And it's I think what we should have did after a city had 3,000 COVID deaths, they should have had to blown up their biggest building. Just as a reminder. We'd be down 8 in LA. We'd be down 8, all banks. Maybe it's not that bad of an idea. I don't know. Just saying. Next COVID. Next COVID or first sandstorm. I don't know. Something's coming this way. I don't know. And people were yeah, you can't compare it like that, right? Because the big criticism I get is well, 99.9% of people survive COVID. Okay, that's true. But no one ever says, well, 99.9% of people survived 9/11. Which is also true. We all did, right? Congrats to I don't know. I just think that we should I don't know what the point is. It's just that I was hoping we would be better, we would be better than normal. We would be, I don't know. We got to do something. I don't know what it is. It starts with voting the right Idol winner. Maybe that's where it starts. But I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's be essential. Be essential to others, I think, is what I learned from the pandemic, because it's there ain't no one looking out for us. That's kind of what we got to look out for each other. Again, no joke, just reality. Oh, don't end on a sadness. I don't know. It's like just, be essential. Be essential. Be excellent to each other, dudes. But it's like be essential to each other, dudes. Right? And it doesn't have to be big. You can just be delivering Postmates. That's service, isn't it? Right? Moving people, right? That's essential. People got to move. Marketing, right? That's people got to market no matter what. So, I don't know. I guess my challenge to everyone is, try to just be better than normal. I don't know. Like go find. I don't know if you have to go find the kid in your neighborhood and buy him a raspberry vape. All right, thank you guys so much.